In every lifetime, there comes a moment, a heartbeat, where instinct overtakes fear, where courage is no longer a choice, but a calling. This is the story of that moment, of fire and fur, fear and hope, of a stranger who became a hero not by planning, but by pure, instinctive courage. In the heart of a quiet neighborhood, one ordinary morning turned into a blazing memory. As flames devoured a home, someone chose to run toward danger instead of away from it. Not for glory, not for reward, but to save a life that many would overlook, a small, terrified dog trapped in a cage of fire. It started like any fire, an accident, a faulty wire, a spark, but in seconds it became an inferno. Inside, a dog named Bailey was alone. His cries were drowned by the crackling fire. Smoke filled his lungs. Heat pressed in from every angle. There were no exits for Bailey, no escape. He pawed at the door, barked, whimpered, but no one answered. The neighbors gathered, helpless, fearful. Sirens were still minutes away, and every second felt like an eternity. Bailey's life was measured in heartbeats, and then he appeared. Liam Carter, a passing driver, stopped when he saw the smoke. He didn't ask questions. He didn't wait. He ran, with no fire gear, no plan, only purpose. Neighbors shouted for him to stop, but Liam's eyes were fixed on the fire and the whimpering dog inside. He kicked down the back door. Smoke poured out. Heat slammed into him like a wall, but still, he pressed forward. Crawling on hands and knees, he followed Bailey's cries. One wrong step, and it could have been over. But fate favored courage. He found Bailey huddled under a table, eyes wild with fear. Liam scooped him up, shielding the dog with his jacket. And then he ran. The crowd gasped. Cheers, tears, relief. Bailey was alive, coughing, trembling, but alive. And Liam, he simply said, "I couldn't let him die alone." The fire was extinguished, but the journey had only begun. Bailey was rushed to a nearby clinic. Smoke inhalation, singed fur, dehydration. But he was a fighter. Days turned into weeks. Slowly, his tail wagged again. His eyes sparkled. He began to trust. And every day Liam visited, sat by his side, whispered stories, let Bailey know he was safe. In that bond, healing took root. The community rallied. Donations poured in. Cards, gifts, letters of thanks. Liam never asked for praise, but he became a symbol of what's possible when love outweighs fear. Weeks passed. Bailey recovered fully. And then came the question, what now? Adoption centers offered, rescues called, but Liam already knew. Bailey had a home. Today, they are inseparable. Walks in the park, quiet mornings, unspoken understanding. Because when two lives are forged in fire, they don't just survive, they thrive. This isn't just Liam's story, or Bailey's. It's ours. A reminder that within each of us lies the power to act, to save, to care, to protect. Animals depend on us for love, for safety, for survival. And sometimes all it takes is one brave heart. We invite you to be that heart. Volunteer, adopt, donate, or simply share this story, because somewhere a life is waiting, and your instinctive courage could be everything.